My name is Eliana Godoy. I'm a resident of Wilmington, New York, but I was born in La Paz, Bolivia. When I think about freedom and justice, I think a lot about the work that I have done my entire life. I have started a nonprofit organization called Art for Change. It is an organization that works at the intersection of art, activism, and social change. We developed this idea and concept in New York City about 25 years ago. And it was mainly as a result of meeting a lot of different immigrants in the area and thinking about how they don't often have an opportunity to participate in the arts. A number of artists got together, and we just wanted to make sure that we provide a space where different immigrants can not only participate in the arts, but also use the arts to make sense about forced migration and the discrimination and some of the issues that are affecting them. When I think about freedom and justice, I also think about how my experiences in Bolivia and growing up in Bolivia have helped to shape me. I grew up at a time where dictatorships were the norm across Latin America, where students were disappearing, where there was a lot of political violence, a lot of people really, defending human rights in Bolivia. I was not only aware of the political violence because I saw it everywhere. I was also aware of poverty and the negative effects of these discriminatory policies. But I also witnessed growing up the resilience of indigenous people and workers and miners and the students, everybody who organized peacefully to demand change and to demand and dismantle the dictatorships that were really unleashing so much violence across Bolivia. And not only did I see the resilience of indigenous people, but I also experienced my grandfather. My grandfather, told me a lot of stories about the war he participated in La Guerra del Chaco, which is a war between Bolivia and Paraguay, because he would tell me a lot of stories on a daily basis. I could see firsthand the negative effects of war and how even him as an elder, he could still remember all the stories and really cry about it. And so that has also shaped my passion for nonviolence, for movement building, and for really trying to bring awareness about, injustices from war, but also from the injustices that come as a result of being a person of color. When I think of freedom and justice, I also think about our current times. I think that our current climate is so dangerous. I have never felt such pain and ugliness in our surroundings. ICE has been around in our communities without any sort of awareness for the pain that they're instilling across communities. I work with a lot of immigrants right now. They're afraid to leave their homes. They're afraid to be separated. Some women who have children who are here, on their own, just feeling the pain of having to go outside and be detained, and just children being anxious and stressed. At no other time have I felt a threat to our democracy. And I think it's really important for all of us to not only be aware of pain that ICE is inflicting across our communities, but also how the censorship that's happening in terms of journalists not being able to really freely speak about what's happening, speak to truth to power, or even just be journalists and just tell the truth. There's a lot of censorship, and also the fact that a lot of different media companies are no longer free, that there's a lot of power in just the corporations, and just there's so many different issues that are affecting our current reality that I think at no other point in our time, in our history, has been ever more important to work towards freedom and justice and do what we can, even if it's just, building community and joining different groups that, are getting out of the boat or Ice Watch, or basically join anything that you can join right now to be able to preserve our democratic values and to build a community that is going to be really fostering justice and wellness for all of us.